Fly side is there, the high drive, deep center, go, 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 we're out of here, say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Sorry about that, folks. Had a bit of technical difficulty there for a moment, but we have returned for another basketball season here in South Jersey. My second, and certainly not the second for either of these teams. It's going to be a good matchup tonight here between the Glassboro Bulldogs and the Gloucester Catholic Rams. I've got Jake Steider to my right, pressing the buttons, moving us along here in this 32-minute Tri-County Conference contest as two coaches looking for kind of sophomore resurgences as Brandon Doherty, after 10 years as an assistant at GC, coming around for his second year as a Ram, and then Lionel Payne over at Glassboro as well. We'll have starting lineups and much more in just a moment as here from the Michael Angelotti Gym. We'll be right back on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting on opening night coverage here on DWB. Here from the Michael Angelotti Gymnasium. We had a bit of technical difficulties to start, but now we are back on the air and ready to go as we have the Gloucester Catholic Rams and the Glassboro Bulldogs getting started with the Glassboro starting lineup on the visiting side with head coach Lionel Payne. I don't know why that's not working. It's a bit odd. We'll have to figure that out. It's still our opening night. although Gloucester Catholic ends up getting their representation first. Let's talk about them for just a moment. Carlos Mendez, the senior point guard, getting ready to go. It is Jack Mastero at the 2, Danny Zellner, Jack Pund, and Ben Cook. And they're already getting in their huddle, so my assumption is that they're not going to do any formal introductions, and we're just going to get ready for 32 minutes of basketball. So great way to rip off the Band-Aid. These guys had shortened warm-ups and everything like that just because the JV game finished a couple minutes late. The Gloucester Catholic student section is standing and applauding in their holiday attire as we are almost ready to go. Glassboro in the white jerseys, Gloucester Catholic in the gray. A contested tip-off sends a man to his knees, and we've already got a scramble in the first play of the season. Goes to Aiden Harris, the junior, and it'll be brought up by the sophomore football and basketball two-way star, Xavier Saab. Over 1,500 receiving yards for the state champion Glassboro Bulldogs, who rolled over Cedar Grove to win the Group 1 championship over at MetLife Stadium earlier this month. From the top of the key, Saab feeding it out. Still 30 seconds in without our first shot. It gets denied, and Jack Mastero has it. Rams bringing it down the floor for the first time with the senior point guard, Carlos Mendez. Fed out to Mendez for 3, misses a little bit wide, no foul called. A big adjustment now that I've been calling college basketball games now for RCSJ Gloucester is that there is no shot clock in the state of New Jersey. So we've seen a couple games like Cherry Hill East and Cherokee from last year in the playoffs that the final score of that game was 32-29. A real barn burner, if you will. Brandon Doherty, the second-year head coach of Gloucester Catholic, giving instructions. This one's for 3, and it falls. Glassboro gets the first points of the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting campaign, and the winner as a 3-ball from the freshman, Hakeem Teresa, puts the Bulldogs from Gloucester County on the board. Mendez driving into the lane. It goes inside. Can't find a man there. Too short there for Ben Cook. And the rebound is brought in by Glassboro. Saab again bringing it down the floor. (3-0) Glassboro in the very early going of this game. Not technically on opening night. South Jersey teams opened up regular season competition last night, but family and I were on a trip to Lancaster, PA over in Amish country, and unfortunately couldn't accommodate any basketball in our schedule that evening. Already 2 minutes gone with only one basket made. Mastero fouled on his way up, and the senior shakes his head begrudgingly as he heads to the charity stripe for the first time this year. Jack Mastero, the senior kind of do-it-all guy, football player on the Rams, 1,000-point scorer for basketball. He became the first junior in Gloucester Catholic history to reach the 1,000-point mark in a game versus Clayton back in January of last year. Mastero drills the and one, and this game is tied up at 3 apiece. 5:55 and counting in the first quarter. That ball almost got speared away by Mastero. Now another drive into the lane, another foul. Doherty not happy with that one, but going in is the sophomore Devon Barr. That shot goes. That shot doesn't fall after the foul. Glassboro takes a 4-3 lead. This one will be inbounded out. And Mendez again has it. He's guarded at half court by Teresa and Davis Jr. Heaves the pass across the floor. Look out, this ball straight up in the air. And with incredible action right in front of our very eyes, Gloucester Catholic getting rowdy already. This will be taken in by number 12, Jack Pund, brought back out beyond half court to Mendez. This one's up, fouled, shot was a little long. And Coach Lionel Payne not too happy with that one. Glassboro has the edge in these two teams' all-time meetings. Glassboro is 31-28 versus the Rams in their all-time history. The last time these two played was also on the season opener of last year. (49-40) was the result of the last game that these two played, again, December 15th, 2023. Mendez hit the shot to tie the game. It's 4-4. Fed into the middle. Another scramble inside. We're going to have a foul. No jump ball there. Pund gets helped up. Fed across half court to Pund. A low-scoring first quarter as that one is tipped off the right hand of Cook, going back the other way for Barr. He's got a plethora of gray and gold, and that one's going to go the other way. This will be inbounded by Glassboro and by the sophomore Barr. 3 of Glassboro's 5 starters are sophomores, as that shot for a thunderous boom from the visiting sector. This will send not a sophomore, but a junior class of 26, Aiden Harris, to the line. Glassboro 13-13 last year. Last year was under Steve Bell, 7-3 in the Tri-County Diamond Division, made it to the quarterfinals of South Jersey Group 1, beating Riverside in the first round, falling to Salem. They lost in the first round of the Tri-County Conference tournament to Deptford, but beat Woodstown handily in consolation play. After another scramble, it'll go in the favor of Glassboro. Brought in by Barr. Fed into the corner for 3. No, off the front of the rim. Mendez uses that very nice speed with a Euro in the lane. Off the right hand it goes, and it's back to a 1-point game, 7-6. It's Saab, as we said. Over 1,500 receiving yards across his 2 years as a Bulldog in football. Glassboro, the reigning Group 1 champions from this past month at MetLife Stadium, beating Cedar Grove by an astonishing 56-14. And that's for a football game. Saab feeds into the corner. Attempt number 2 is one that is successful for Aiden Harris. Glassboro extends their lead to 4. Mendez goes down. It's going the other way. They've got another chance. He pushes off. It is a foul And Lionel Payne and crew are quite happy. There we go. Had some trouble loading the stat there. Xavier Saab. Last season averaged 11.5 points per game. As we said, had 25 points back on Saturday versus Lindenwold in a 57-51 loss. At the stripe, it is 2 misses for number 4, Maurice Davis Jr. Mendez has this one. Mastero drills the 3 ball. Back to 10-9. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Saab bringing this one up the floor. A relatively large guard for his size. Goes out to the point for Hakeem Teresa. Some foul troubles for both teams early, as I believe that will give Gloucester Catholic the bonus, or I should say will give Glassboro the bonus, as Gloucester Catholic has committed their 5th foul. Glassboro themselves not having clean hands here with 3 of their own. Oh, a little bit of a roller shot, doesn't fall. (10-9), a Jack Mastero 3-ball has kind of brought this game into a seesaw where Glassboro's been up for the majority of the night, but Gloucester Catholic has held them at bay. Here comes another 3 from the electric machine, Jack Mastero. It doesn't fall. That shot does not fall. Saab feeds it out for 3. Good! Took a long time to fall, but it's back to a 4-point game as Mendez, again the star point guard, donning the number 2 for the Rams, brings this one up the floor. Here comes another 3. No good. Too short. Almost got the offensive rebound from Zach Payne. Didn't get it. Payne again guarding from the back. It goes back out to Hakeem Teresa, the freshman guard, a freshman point guard that we've been hearing a lot about from Coach Payne and from everybody talking about Gloucester County basketball this year. Into the lane, had some contact with no whistles, and Glassboro has jumped out to their biggest lead of the quarter of the night, 15-9 with 100 seconds to play in the first. Mastero, again, he likes that spot a lot, but it didn't go. And Lionel Payne burns a timeout. That's his first of the ball game, and Glassboro riding high here in the late of the first. They're up by 6 over Gloucester Catholic. We'll be right back here on DWB. Lionel Payne called his first timeout. It's 15-9 in favor of Glassboro. Glassboro got the early bonus. And after the timeout, it will be inbounded. Look at the nice Christmas tree in the background. Gloucester Catholic very festive this time of year, as they were when we visited them last year, very early on in the season. Inside, fake the 3-point, and it goes. That's an 8-point lead for Glassboro. And again, Mendez, the point guard, bringing this one up. Foul is called. It will be against the Bulldogs, so they have one more before they give up the bonus. This will be fed into play by number 24, Jordan Mendez. Jack Mastero from way out off the front of the rim. I mean, right now Gloucester Catholic's down by 8, but I think they got to start working inside more. I mean, Jack Mastero is a great three-point shooter, but he's a very versatile shooter. He can go from inside, he can go from the corner, and he can go from around the mid-range as well. So a couple of his three-point shots tonight, in my honest opinion, have been a little bit ill-advised. But with Gloucester Catholic down by 8, and again sending another Bulldog to the stripe, that is Maurice Davis Jr. Wow, another missed shot. Glassboro 1 for 6 on free throws in this first quarter. Jack Mastero, as we said, the first junior in Gloucester Catholic history to reach the 1,000-point mark. Also a stellar baseball player. Inside, bounce pass, he's now in trouble, feeds it out to Mendez. Glassboro's defense is at every inch. The layup misses and does not fall. Goes back to Teresa. And again, feeding inside for Saab, off the left hand. Bit of an unorthodox, awkward shot, and it doesn't fall. Gloucester Catholic now at the tail end of the quarter. Mastero feeding to Mendez. Mendez over to Zellner. Now Mendez from beyond makes up for Mastero's shortcomings, and the Rams are at double digits. Mendez has made 63 three-point attempts throughout his 3-year starting career. Actually, his 4th year on the Rams. Limited playing time as a freshman, but still put up 40 points in his rookie year. 259 points for Mendez in 2023 to 24, and 132 assists. A long ball did not fall, and he actually had a decent amount of time on the clock if he wanted to move the ball a little bit further up. But either way, Mendez with a big three-pointer to cut the lead down to 5 for Glassboro, but still I'm sorry, I have to restart that one. High-paced, fast action here in Gloucester Catholic in the Holy City. We'll be right back. It is Glassboro. There's your Gloucester Catholic starters. We had a bit of a problem with the graphic earlier in the night. Don't know why that happened, but there's your starters on the bottom left of the screen for Gloucester Catholic as they trail by 5, entering the second frame of 4. Glassboro, which like we said, lost to a somewhat depleted Lindenwold club from the lane, now moving inside for Saab. Passes it into the corner, fakes it out, and brings it again to Hakeem Teresa. Here we go for Saab from the corner, and Mastero picks up the rebound. No cigar there. Mendez bringing it back. That shot is denied at the rim. We do have a sub coming in for Gloucester Catholic. That is number 14, the freshman, Gary Connolly. And Connolly actually will inbound, much to the support of his classmates behind him in the festive attire. Catch and shoot three. Mastero too long again. It's been a theme of tonight's game. Mendez scrambling for it. The ball is up. Look at this. Right in front of your very eyes. Right in the middle for Saab. High off the glass. And he's able to get that range, that extension. Able to make anything work there. Connolly, the freshman, bringing it up the floor. You kind of have a two-point guard system here with Mendez on the floor as well, kind of transitioning to the two-guard. And that ball goes into the third or fourth row of the student section. If there's anything Gloucester Catholic can be credited for, they have, I mean, this is a light crowd for Gloucester Catholic student sections. I've seen some games where there is not a single inch to breathe. You know, they're right up there with Collingswood and Haddon Township, and Haddon Heights as well, for having some of the most passionate student sections in South Jersey. Mastero in trouble, feeds it on the spin. And again, Payne a little bit frustrated there. Let's take a look at the Glassboro starting lineup while we're at it as well, now that everything's been fixed on the technical end. You've got Hakeem Teresa, the freshman, Aiden Harris, the junior, and then three sophomores, Devon Barr, Mo Davis Jr., and Xavier Saab. So now that we finally got that starting lineup thing taken care of, it is still our first night. I haven't done a proper broadcast since November 30th when we did the WJYFL Youth Football Championships, and then before that was Thanksgiving. So even broadcasters can get a little rusty, folks. Connolly with some great ball handling there from well outside, trying to move inside, feeds it into the middle, fading away, and he's got it. Jack Punge drills it from inside, and again, this is a game of cat and mouse. Glassboro's taken one step forward, and Gloucester Catholic's taken one step forward right with them. These guys really seem to be in step with each other. That three ball is short. It fooled me for a second. Mendez, again, real quick up there. Back to Connolly. To Mastero. And Mastero moves inside off the left hand. And all smiles for 22 as he makes it a three-point game. Taking his time is Saab. Saab, as we said, averaged 11.5 points and 6.5 rebounds per game last season, along with a block and a half. I mean, he is a strong and tall fella, especially for Group 1 standards. Trapped into the corner. They feed it inside again. Another high pass from well outside again. Here comes another three ball, and a catch and shoot doesn't fall, and Connolly picks up the rebound. The ball goes into the hands of Glassboro head coach Lionel Payne. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Here comes a three ball that is short again. Saab very close to that back line, now moving in again. Oh, he takes a hard fall, and that'll be an offensive foul. You kind of see that one coming there from Glassboro. He just tried to do too much with it. And fitting in with the rest of the students up there, how about some of our South Jersey reporters up there? Chris Baker is here as well of D2 Sports Network. Mastero just chucking up those threes. That's another missed one for 22. Heaved down the floor from Teresa to Saab. Saab to Teresa again, now from the charity stripe. That one off the window, it falls. Back to a two-possession game, 5 points. And again, Gary Connolly getting some nice rotation time here. Mendez again from three. It hits the top of the backboard, and it's stuck. Oh, boy. I don't even think Saab can get that one. Somebody get a broom. Gloucester Catholic does call a timeout, and here comes, we'll stay on the air because I want to see how they get this ball down. It's one of the GC assistant coaches there. Shot one, no good. Second chance, no good. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. We've got a gentleman, not with a broom. It looks like just a rod of some sort. The ref is 0 for 6. Here we go. There we go. See, I've seen the ball get stuck in between the rim and the glass before, but I don't think I've seen one. Yeah, the gentleman carrying the rod there. Can't say I have seen that one before here on DWB. We'll stay on the air. As we said, this broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit today or 7 days a week at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon. Also, if you are a small business owner interested in advertising with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, drop us a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com with your advertising inquiry. All the commercials you see on DWB are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by myself and my wonderful crew. And, of course, all the money goes towards my college fund as I'm a freshman at Rowan College of South Jersey. Any support, contributions are incredibly appreciated. Feeding the ball back out. And it goes back to Connolly as Glassboro gets a turnover. Mendez feeds it back out from deep. Connolly and Mastero went for the same real estate, but now Connolly is double guarded. It will go the other way as he got trapped against the Glassboro bench. And it's now Xavier Saab, again bringing it up again. The brother of Amari Saab, another Glassboro legend around these parts of Gloucester County. Saab, back to the freshman from downtown, too far. And Mastero again rips another rebound down. 3.5 minutes to play in the half, 21-16. Mendez inside. The size is his disadvantage, but he's able to make some space and create a nice shot there, create a nice play. 3-point game again at 21-18. I mean, both of these teams really like to hit the three-pointer, and none of them have been really successful with it. The ball gets away. Mendez all alone, one-on-one. Doesn't go. Mendez up against the stands. He's a little slow to get up. Now they've got another turnover here. And we've got friendly fire. Gloucester Catholic falling all over each other there, and Jack Mastero took a bit of an awkward fall. He seems to be okay. He's a bit of an iron warrior, but they're going to sub out. All right, so they're going to sub out Mendez for 31, Ben Cook. I didn't realize Ben Cook is a freshman, 6'4" freshman. Reminds me a little bit of Mike Bittner over at Audubon, a very sizable front court centerpiece, basically. Connolly pump fakes over to punt. Another scramble. Mastero is the one who comes up with it. He's inside. Bounce pass does not find anyone. Another turnover. Mastero had his hands up there, trying to decipher the situation. Another one into the corner. It's Saab hanging onto it with the left pivot foot. He's in trouble. Saab pushes off. It's blocked by Cook, but the second chance eventually falls. Mastero really quick with it. Off the left hand, he's short, and even Pund couldn't bring that one down as well. Glassboro up by 5 again. Oh, that was trouble. Cook back to number 23, Zellner, one of the original starting 5 for Brandon Doherty, Coach Doc, and the Rams this evening with a 7:15 start. The Rams without a key guard, Trey Battle, who graduated last year, as that'll be another turnover. and also without a star forward, Billy Ginepro. He does have his younger brother, Andrew Ginepro, who, I mean, we got here early today just because of how crowded Gloucester Catholic is. We got here, I think, an hour 45 before the game, and there were still maybe 2 or 3 spots left in that Gloucester Catholic parking lot. I mean, it's incredible. You know, we were here for the Bishop Eustace playoff game back in February of last year. We had to park, I think it was 4 or 5 blocks away. There was some sort of convenience store that we parked at. I mean, Gloucester City really could have made a payday out of all those traffic tickets they could have signed off on for that playoff game here at the Angelotti Gym. They're just hanging on to it now. 1 minute left in the half. And this is somewhat of the disadvantage of not having a shot clock here in this state is you have segments like this where the game just kind of melts down and breaks down. You don't have a lot of action. You have to force the other team to make a move. Here's Mastero, looks behind him, and the left hand goes. Again, back to a one-possession game. It's been a game of cat and mouse, back and forth. Trying to find anything to work here. Doesn't go. 23 seconds left off the right hand, too long. Hits the net, and they're going to call a double dribble here. .6 seconds on the clock. Glassboro inbounding. Back to the freshman, Teresa. Into the corner. Now inside. He's got room, but the ball slips out of his hands, and it will be Glassboro ball. Brandon Doherty not too happy there. As we said, Doherty, who was an assistant for 10 years under various head coaches, including Todd Powers, had a 15-13 record in his first year as a head coach. They've got 5 seconds left. Glassboro again. They get maybe 3 or 4 chances. They miss all of them. They missed all of them. Mastero going back and forth here at the end of the half. We got everybody. Mastero and a Glassboro player exchanging pleasantries at the break, as some of the Gloucester Catholic players not even happy with their own guys. But yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there, but you saw some pushing and shoving, and obviously Mastero not happy there. I mean, there were 3 or 4 shots after the original that Glassboro missed. And then after the buzzer, obviously something went awry. Coach Payne and Coach Doherty talking it over there as both teams went to defend their guys. We're at the halftime break after a contentious end to the first 16-minute half here. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. It is Glassboro 23, Gloucester Catholic 20 as the floor clears here in Gloucester City. We'll be back.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
2 minutes remaining. 4 fouls on St. Joe's. One more and it's a bonus, which would greatly help Gloucester Catholic. The moving great guard! It's a one-point game just like that! This place is going nuts! And now a drive to the basket by Spross. He lays it up and lays it in. St. Joe's has 2 timeouts remaining. Gloucester Catholic still has 3. Here we go. Mascaro pulls up. He goes for 3. 6 points. Jack Mascaro has tied the game with 90 seconds remaining. How will the Wildcats respond with a miss of
1-0 Red Bank. Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0.
He's donning the number 34 and the shortstop for this one. First pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That one is going to drop it. It's going to go to the outfield wall. 1 run will score. Spence is going to make a huge arc around third. She will score to make it 3-0. And here comes the runner to score. It's an inside the park home run for Ella Hayes to make it a 4-0 game. A 3-run inside the Parker to the
BB and Copsetta trading a couple looks. They know what's going on. Full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons in the Ralph Shaw Classic 26th annual. They are back on top for the first
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming back here from the second half of Gloucester Catholic and Glassboro here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Obviously, it's a unique venue to be here with at the Michael Angelotti Gym. I've got a whole bunch of folks to my right, got a whole bunch of folks to my left. I almost feel like I'm in a UN buffer zone here in the middle of the game. Obviously, a contentious end to that half, and what I found interesting was that Gloucester Catholic is very consistent, or I should say very insistent, on shooting the 3-ball. And they're down by 3, but Glassboro hasn't gotten ahead at any point in this game by more than 8. So let's see what they can do. Glassboro's been very efficient from inside. Both teams have been relatively unsuccessful from beyond the arc. So I think the philosophies for Coach Payne and Coach Doherty is A, keep it clean, and B, don't get too crazy from beyond the arc. If you don't think you can hit the shot, don't take it. I think right now the reason why this game is as low scoring as it is because they've just been chucking up threes all day without really much of a result other than that. Mastero's great on the inside. We've only really seen one layup from him tonight, and it was successful. So if they can utilize Jack Mastero, arguably their best player, on the inside, on the mid-range more, then that could be something that can be extremely beneficial to them. We've got 16 more minutes of basketball behind me. I will get right behind the camera, right where I left off, and we will be back in action here at Gloucester Catholic. I have to be nimble in this broadcasting industry as we get set for the third quarter. Bit of trouble on the inbound. Bounce pass from Jack Pund to Carlos Mendez to start the second half. Pass is tipped, goes back behind. Pund again loses the ball, feeds it to Mendez. That's kind of a wild goose chase here. It goes through the legs of Cook. And that's one of those plays right there where you can kind of tell that that's a freshman, playing that position. Not to say that he's a bad player by any means. He obviously has a lot of potential. But for his first varsity game that will count in the scorebooks, it's not a start that you want to exactly be rolling with. You got the ball going through your legs. This has been a relatively below average shooting night for both teams. I mean, you look at the first game that Glassboro played versus Lindenwold in the scrimmage on Saturday, it was 57-51. We've only seen 43 combined points at the half. Mastero again moving inside, feeds it across the way. Pund is able to pick it up. It's back to Cook from beyond, inside, feeds it to Mastero. He is all alone. Maybe he needed that break. A subtle nod, and we are tied. Obviously, there's a lot of heat here in this gym. Not just physical heat, but also the fact that you had that little skirmish at the end of the half between Mastero and a few Glassboro players before everybody saw cooler heads prevail here. But opening night, some of these jitters are going to come out in some of these teams. We saw relatively low-scoring games from some of the top teams in South Jersey. They still won the game, but usually in the month of December is when everybody's still getting used to things. Jack Mastero. He is electric inside of this gym. He's just drilled 6 points in the first 2 minutes. I'm going to have to swallow my words there about what I said in the halftime break there. Back out to Teresa. Inside for Saab. Nice little bounce there, and he's able to keep that one alive. 27-26. Mendez feeds it to Cook, who loses the ball. Cook has needed to work on that ball control throughout the night. Into the corner for three, too long. The offensive rebound after the shot by Davis Jr. Saab back to Davis Jr. It's up. The layup is short, and Cook picks up the rebound. All alone, Pund. Oh no. Could have had the layup there, but instead feeds it to Mastero. The net is stuck. And now after 3 missed chances, it goes back to Glassboro. Oh, he gets fouled hard against the student section. He got hit pretty hard there. We saw that in the JV game where somebody actually hit their head against the first row of those wooden bleachers. As Teresa goes to the line for 2. First shot, no good. I mean, this is the best part of this sequence of events here, is having to shoot your free throws in front of the Rowdies here at GC. Both free throw shots missed. Glassboro has struggled mightily from the stripe tonight. And that's just a situation where if you can get free points on the board, you want to take them. He's hit on his way up, no foul. Again, moving fast the other way into the corner for Davis, too long. Mastero rips down the rebound with authority. Mendez works around it, passes into the corner. Cook has his pass deflected and taken away. Offensive foul, Glassboro. And Glassboro, who has not made many substitutions tonight, will go to one of their non-starters, number 10. Number 10's actually not listed on this roster here, at least on the program we were given by GC. Okay, number 10 may be Tasheen Thomas. But if you know the answer, let us know, because Thomas is listed as number 2 on the program, but number 10 on NJ.com. Punch near the backcourt line. Mastero from downtown. Delay of game is going to be called here. Who is it going to be against, though, is the question. So Gloucester Catholic's going to get hit with a delay of game penalty. But it is now 29-27 in favor of GC. For Gloucester Catholic, they are coming into this season as the second under Coach Dock, a longtime assistant at GC before he became the head coach. That shot goes in traffic. They wanted the and one, a right-handed pass. Mastero wasting no time from Mendez. He's fouled on his way up. Jack Mastero at the line. Again, back in January of last year, he became the first GC junior to hit 1,000 points. Don't forget, Friday night, we go from Camden County all the way down to Gloucester County as we've got coverage of the Washington Township Minutemen and the Kingsway Dragons. 6 o'clock start on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. And then our next game after that will be December 23rd between the Gateway Gators and the Clayton Clippers. Some out-of-conference run-and-gun matchups there. The pass was tipped by Mendez, but it is saved by Teresa. Thomas. Back out from beyond to Barr, and back to the freshman Teresa again. That ball goes awry. They're able to hold it on, and they're able to not keep the possession. The shot went way up, but ended up falling short. And a foul is going to be called on GC. Not as heavy of foul troubles, but both teams now reaching their third fouls of the quarter. Here we go, Mastero, corner, 3, 12 points, 4 of them from beyond. Jack Mastero, the electric factory at Gloucester Catholic. 34-29, 5-point lead for the Rams. I mean, I don't know what happened in that locker room, but here comes another 3 that's short, or rather too much. Pun to Mendez. And we're going to have a travel call. I mean, you saw how Jack Mastero played in the first half. You saw that. I mean, he was not himself. He got fired up at the end of the half. Somebody got in his face. and now he can't miss. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc in the third quarter, and he has almost single-handedly given the Rams this 34-29 lead. As it goes to Thomas. Faking, now moving to the right, is Teresa. Looking for a man, it's Thomas from 3, wide left. They get another chance from the top of the key. That's an air ball. Glassboro calls a timeout. We'll be right back here from the very, very crammed Michelangelotti Gym. 2:19 left in quarter number 3. It's 34-29 in favor of the home Gloucester Catholic Rams. Back here from the Angelotti Gym, look at all those state championships, especially in baseball, but there's a couple of boys basketball ones on there as well. Handful in the 1970s and 60s. There's some girls basketball titles from 1973, 76, and 77. A storied history for Gloucester Catholic. The undefeated 9-0 football team in 1971. Mendez gets denied at the rim. And as we said, Glassboro is at 4 fouls, 1 away from the bonus, giving it to Gloucester Catholic. This one's up. Mendez pump fakes, gets past Thomas, not quite. It's back to Cook, back to the freshman. Connolly makes a man miss, much to the surprise of the student section, but Glassboro pulls down a rebound before anybody can do anything about it. Inside, right-hand floater, misses. And Mastero again, lightning fast, feeds it to Cook. That's too long. He caught his own rebound, and now a foul is called. I honestly didn't even know if that shot hit the basket. It would have been you can't catch your own air ball. So a bit interesting there. This broadcast is brought to you by Rowan College of South Jersey, Gloucester Athletics. Prospective athletes who want a 2-year experience in the heart of South Jersey should check out the Roadrunners of RCSJ and the Gloucester campus. Incredible academic courses, including the reigning Learfield Cup champions for RCSJ, along with 6-time NJSIAA Cup champions. Prospective athletes who want to take their future to Gloucester County, visit rcroadrunners.com. And like we said, if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, you can send me an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That description is in the link of our YouTube videos. Always looking to help out South Jersey businesses with over 70,000 annual viewers, although I haven't counted recently. I think that number's gone way up. We also have a Venmo at DW Broadcasting. No spaces, no hyphens. I'm not being paid for this game. Neither are most of my games here in South Jersey. I'm a freshman at RCSJ Gloucester, so if you'd like to help out, help me pay for, my grocery runs every now and then. Our Venmo is DW Broadcasting. Another foul. Mastero's getting fired up again. You can feel it. You can feel that tension, that emotion starting to rise in Jack Mastero. Mastero himself, a key baseball player on the perennial championship contender Gloucester Catholic Club. He hit the walk-off double to win the sectional championship over Bishop Eustace back in June. First shot falls. And if you blink, you'll miss it. But Gloucester Catholic is out to a 6-point lead now. I'm sorry, 7-point lead, 36-29. And the second shot from Mastero, no good. Like we said, Mastero in this third quarter alone has hit 4 shots from beyond the arc as we're into the final minute of the third. Feeds it for 3, good! Devon Barr, class of 27, is able to hit it from beyond the arc, and this game is a little bit more manageable now for the Bulldogs as Gloucester Catholic maintaining their first healthy lead of the night. Connolly in trouble, high pass to Mastero. It is batted down hard into the stands. Mastero, spin move, fading away, no good. He goes down, we've got scrambles everywhere, we've got players on their feet. Mastero is open, he misses the shot. There's a player down, there's a player injured in the middle of the floor. The shot goes, Barr was down, he couldn't, that was a dangerous situation there. Barr was down, and because the play had to resume, the referees did not stop the play while Barr was down. And I honestly don't think that Payne has a bad point there. I mean, if it's one thing where a player goes down on a fast break and then you're going the other way, that's one thing. But the referees can stop the game if it is in the danger of other players. I mean, you wouldn't want to think about if you had a basketball court with a 6-foot boulder sitting in the middle of the paint. That would be dangerous. We saw earlier in this game, Mastero tripped over one of his teammates. I think it was Cook. He was a little slow to get up. So I think what Payne is frustrated about there is the fact that Barr was sitting in the middle of the paint for a good 15 seconds and they let the play right out. Now, they can do that. It is referee discretion. Usually you let the play run out, but as we said before, if it was a situation where Barr went down, they made the shot, and then they're going the other way, that's one thing, but they kept getting offensive rebound, and you basically had to avoid a giant obstacle in the middle of the paint. Mastero missed his first shot, 4-point game at the tail end of the third quarter. It's good. Thomas from beyond. This one's at the volleyball line. Trying to move inside is Harris. He's got 3 seconds to shoot. It is off the left hand. It does not fall. And Gloucester Catholic, for the first time tonight, ends a quarter with the lead. After trailing at the half, Jack Mastero with an electric third quarter. 12 points on 4 3-balls from beyond the arc. It's the Rams 37, the Bulldogs 32 at the end of the third. Back here in the fourth quarter, it's 37-32. Gloucester Catholic over Glassboro. Jack Mastero with an electric third quarter, bringing us to a 5-point lead for the Rams. Glassboro and Coach Payne breaking from the timeout. But how about that for a very, very good fourth quarter? Rams lead by 5 here in the fourth quarter. Feeds it out. Almost trouble, but he's able to hang on to it. That probably should have been a little bit of trouble. Here we go, Saab. Air ball. And the fans recognize it as such. 5-point game. As we said, Gloucester Catholic has not had a consistent lead until these past few minutes of the third quarter leading into the fourth. Cook inside, no. Thomas brought it down. It'll be Gloucester Catholic ball. Connolly will inbound for the Rams under the backdrop of that nice Christmas tree back there. And we got a walk. Glassboro's number 10 is Jude Dempster. Thank you very much for the clarification, Mr. Benny Wilden. Saab. Over to Davis. Although 10 has checked out of the game, we've got a blocking foul. Remember, the clock on the bottom of your screen is not official. It is, I guess you could say, hand-operated, manually operated. Not hand-operated, manually operated. There we go. So it can be off by a couple of seconds. And another foul on the inbound. I mean, this is the part of the game where you start thinking about the clock management here. Basically, in high school basketball, the entire fourth quarter is time management with GC up by 5. Oh, the inbound got blocked, and now another foul after Cook couldn't get anywhere with the ball. Cook really couldn't advance any further, and Glassboro, in just 1 minute, has already amassed 2 fouls. We got a wet spot here in the paint. This will be brought in by Jack Pund. Pund, the 5'11 sophomore. Back to Connolly. Connolly passes through the middle. Another pass through the middle. Reverse by Ben Cook is good. Pund in limited minutes last year at 14 points, 8 rebounds in his freshman year. Now finally getting some quality time. Mendez swipes the ball away. He does a somersault on the floor. He's clutching at his right hip. He is staying in the game and not going down. The shot will be waved off for a travel. Man. And Pund also. It seems like multiple players got involved in a couple collisions there. A crash course on the floor. And now coming back in is going to be 23. That being Zellner. Brought into Connolly. Connolly taking his time here in the final 6 minutes of regulation. Gloucester Catholic up to 7, their biggest lead of the night. Mastaro off the left hand, driving through everybody. Trying to get out of it. It goes back to number 1. who is not on our roster. And hold on here. And got a player down for Glassboro. At the right foot is Barr. Again, needing some help getting off the floor there from his teammates. The last time these two teams played, as we said, it was a close one. Gloucester Catholic won 49-40, which honestly, I could see that same score happening tonight, or at least something very similar to it. Zillner is going to inbound. Or Zellner, excuse me, not Zillner. 5:29 left in regulation. Bounce pass. Back to Mendez, bringing this back up the floor, guarded at the full court spot by Saab. Mendez has room, a no-look pass to Zellner. He stops and maybe waited a little too long. Cook goes down, lands on his right arm. He gets back up with no problem. Bit of trouble handling the ball there for number one. That shot is denied, or at least the pass is denied by Cook. Ben Cook, as we said, 6'4" freshman. Using that size to counteract his young age. From the mid-range, too long, Mastaro pulls down the rebound. Bounce pass again, Cook, too short. Mastaro again, rebound. Fed out for three, and Mendez off the window, no good, and another foul. A lot of fouls in this first part of the fourth quarter. Glassboro calls a timeout before the inbound. We'll be right back. 4:33 left in the fourth here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. It's the Rams up by 8, their largest lead at any juncture tonight. We'll be right back. Here at Gloucester Catholic, home of the Rams. They're up by 8, their largest lead of the night. Gloucester Catholic led for pretty much the entire first half. And now that tide has certainly shifted. Let's take a look at some out-of-town scores from around South Jersey. Salem takes care of Woodstown 71-48 in some Salem County play. At the, let's see here, we've got a end of the third quarter, Highland 40, GCIT 36. That's Mike Ritchie's first game as a member of the Highland Tartans. At the end of the third quarter, Pittman leads Overbrook 44-38. And West Deptford beat Haddon Heights 49-26. Saab inside, having to hang on to it. Three ball falls for Glassboro, 4-point game. By the way, Wildwood beats Pennsville 54-34 in their season opener. Mastaro takes it away, but the foul is called before anything can happen. Punt to inbound. Feeds it across the floor to Mendez. Don't have too many other scores coming in. When we do have them, we'll feed them back to you. Mendez taking his time here. Like we said, game management and clock management is key in the fourth quarter. With no shot clock, when you're up by 4, I mean, you can be up by as much as you want. Now Glassboro has to decide the pressure that they want to make here. Oh, Pund dropped the ball in the corner. Now it goes back out to Connolly. He feeds it to Cook, who goes back to Mastero, who again hit 4 shots from beyond the arc for 12 points in the third. Mendez is not going to hang on to it for a backcourt violation. And Glassboro will inbound here. 3:01 in the fourth. As we said, our next broadcast will be Friday, December 20th, as we are a week away from Christmas. It's been a real present to be here tonight, here at Gloucester Catholic for our opening night of the South Jersey basketball season. This one's from the free throw line. It rolls out, and Mastero feeds it to Connolly. Like we said here, Gloucester Catholic will do what any smart team will do here and not rush a shot. They know that they still have some fouls to go, so they know that GC won't go to the stripe for a bonus for a while. They know that that's what's going to happen here. So both teams are at 3 fouls. Nothing too crazy yet, but you got a ways to go. And if you're Glassboro, you do need to be conservative on those fouls in case you need them at the final minute of this game. Pund fakes Mendez. Did they call? Okay, timeout was called before the pass got in from Jack Pund. 2:30 left in the fourth. We'll be right back here from Gloucester Catholic as Brandon Doherty calls a timeout for his Rams, who are up by 4 here late. Back here in the fourth quarter. Back here in the fourth quarter from Gloucester Catholic, we do already have some scores coming in from the 5:30 games. CCTS beat Camden Academy Charter 58-41. Florence beat Maple Shade 54-30. Wildwood beat Pennsville 54-34. Kingsway crushed Triton 65-34. Mastero hanging onto it himself. From 3, bang! 6 shots from beyond the arc for Jack Mastero. Who knows how much he's got in total, but I'll tell you, he's got at least 18 from far out. It's passed from number 14, again, gentleman not on our roster, and then back to Saab. As we get into the final 2 minutes, we'll just close with one more, with a couple more out-of-town scores. Clearview and Cumberland, a barn burner there in Cumberland County. Pioneers won that one 82-72. Clayton beat Shalleck 87-67, and Deptford beat Williamstown 56-53. .144 to play. Gloucester Catholic getting ready to inbound in front of their famous student section. As we said, they have been festive all night. Pund, bounce pass to Connolly. Back against the back line. And with GC up by 7, Glassboro now has to start thinking defensively. They call a blocking foul, which will give GC, it looks like, the bonus, and it will. Gloucester Catholic has the bonus now. and it will send the 5'6" freshman Gary Connolly to the stripe as he looks to put this game in a much more favorable position for GC. Connolly hits his first. But as we said, Glassboro with a first-year head coach in Lionel Payne, a team that went 13-13 last year and made it to the second round of South Jersey Group 1. Connolly for his second. He drills both. He's a freshman. The Bulldogs are reminded of Connolly. I think you could pretty much tell he's a freshman just from him alone. Here comes a 3-ball, air ball. Another reverse gets brought down after a miss. Cook has it. A third chance doesn't go. That shot did, but I don't think it counts. Coming in for Gloucester Catholic will be number 3. Again, that is Zach Payne, the junior. He's going to inbound it. Right now the floor for GC is Payne, Mendez, Zellner, Mastero, and who am I missing here? And Connolly. 1 minute and 10. Gloucester Catholic already has the bonus. The Band-Aid's been ripped off here. Mendez. Off the left hand, contact, and he makes it. They might have wanted an and one, but at this point, I don't know if it matters. They're going to stop play for an injury. It's Glassboro's number 5. He's been down a couple of times tonight on that right foot, Devon Barr. He's actually being helped off the floor. He's not able to bear weight on that leg. So he's being helped off. Jack Mastero, who led in most categories offensively for the Rams, 19.6 points per game this season. Zellner checks out. They're going to bring in number 12, Pund again. 42 seconds left. The Bulldogs would need a clean run in addition to the Rams making plenty of faux pas to erase the 9-point lead. Need 3 shots from beyond. They feed it to a guy who's hit a lot of them tonight. He drills it. Hakeem Teresa from outside, 48-40. And you know what's funny? The last time these two played, it was 49-40. Remember when I said in the third quarter, oh, they've got a good chance of matching that score tonight. They very well could do that in just a moment. Glassboro calls a timeout. We will stay on the air, 48-40 in favor of Gloucester Catholic. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Some of these kids on the floor, especially the Glassboro sophomores, they're going to be needing their 6 hours of driver's training soon. No better place to do it in South Jersey than Harper Driving School. Over 95% of students who take their driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you or your child like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite E of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. Speaking of Pittman, let's talk about the schedule the week ahead here on DWB. On Friday, December 20th, we've got basketball between the Washington Township Minutemen and the Kingsway Dragons in very classic large school tri-county rivalries between crosstown opponents. On Monday, December 23rd, we've got the Gateway Gators and the Clayton Clippers. A bit of an unconventional matchup. First time those two teams have played since 2014, and some run-and-gun offense from Frank Rago and the Clippers. After the Christmas break on December 27th, we've got the first round of the Pittman Holiday Tournament from the Rob Waddell Gymnasium. The first game will be Paulsboro and Pittman, a playoff rematch from last year, and the Caravel Buccaneers of Bear, Delaware, and the Triton Mustangs. That is 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Tuesday. Or actually, I don't know what day of the week it is, but it is the 27th of December. 20 seconds and counting. Mastero has it, lays it in. 10-point lead, and this game should be over. The student section is standing. So are several of the fans. Saab with a late bobble. He's inside, lays it off with the left hand, couldn't get it. A final shot doesn't go, and Gloucester Catholic defends their home floor on opening night with a 10-point victory over the Glassboro Bulldogs, 50-40. A bit of a contentious first half. A skirmish ended the second quarter. These guys played clean basketball for the last 16 minutes, and they were able to come out with a clean win, 50-40 in favor of Gloucester Catholic. Glassboro falls to 0-1 on the young campaign. Gloucester Catholic improves unexpectedly, or I should say expectedly, to 1-0. For the Rams, they are on the road for 4 games. On the road at Clayton, Cherokee, Shipley, Pennsylvania, and Audubon. And then for the Bulldogs, they've got a bit of a contentious schedule themselves. They are playing on the road at Clayton on December 20th. That'll be all for us tonight on opening night of a festive high school basketball season here in South Jersey. I'm so used to calling RCSJ games, I'm thinking this is college basketball. But from our entire crew here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, our social media coordinators, Brandon DeKagerland and Keely Curran, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan, my producer, Jake Steidler, to my right. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you at Kingsway Regional on Friday night for Tri-County Conference basketball. Have a good one, folks. It's Gloucester Catholic 50, Glassboro 40.